Shout out to the people. I know I see y'all coming in already. Y'all been ready for this one. Y'all been calling me a sicko because of Nico. Shout out to Nico calling me a sicko. I ain't even and I got the man in the building, the one and only real sick Jersey shit. Welcome, brother.
What's good, bro? What's good?
It's good, man.
Chilling.
It,
Yeah.
it's been long overdue, man. They
Yep.
they hear me singing your praises. They done label me a sick old fan. I tell y'all, I'm a fan of
Yeah.
the
Why?
culture,
How did that happen? You that
dude.
you said Nico thought of it?
Nico, yeah. So a long time ago, I was doing the battles to watch, just some real niche shit that nobody was really
Hmm.
doing. I was trying to put people up on battles that was outside the big leagues. I was like, yo, y'all
Yeah.
might want to check out Real Sick versus XL. Y'all probably never heard of them. And you actually clipped it, and you gave me props for getting your name right because you said a lot of people get your name
Hmm.
wrong. So that
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
like maybe a year and a half ago or something. And since then, me and shout out to E, Echo the Light, we've been like, yo, watch out for this dude, watch out for this dude.
Yeah. Shout
And
out to E, man.
yeah, and
He
so,
was on it early too.
yeah, that's my guy. That's all we do is like, look, we're nerds. I'm not ashamed to say that shit. I'm a battle rap nerd. He's a nerd, so we just dig in the crates, find shit. And since then, they be like, yo, is you gonna ever pick him to lose a battle and all this shit? So they got me as a sicko, and I'm like,
But you know what it is, man. You know what
what
I
is
mean?
it?
I'm pretty sure if it was me versus Daylight, you would have Daylight winning.
I would
You know
definitely
what I
have
mean?
daylight winning.
But
Yes.
like, but I mean, the people I've been faced up against, I mean, you know the difference. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
I
and
think.
I had Chilla going into that battle. I was like, I don't think he can beat Chilla. I watched the battle. I was like, I actually think Sick got it first and third, or maybe second and third. Third for sure. But
I definitely got the yeah. I was gonna say that.
no debate. So I got you in that. So
I'm
yeah,
just yo, I'm just happy I got Chilla out of the way early. You know what I mean? Seeing what he
yeah,
just did with Shine. So I'm like, the more Chilla keeps shining, you know what I mean, the more credit, you know what I mean, there is to our battle. We had a like I've rewatched that battle probably like a week ago.
mm,
Cause I think since it happened in September, people like kind of forget a little. So like I went back and watched it and I was like, yo, this shit was a moment, bro.
yo.
Like,
So as time progressed, do you feel
yeah.
so? This I don't even have this written down. Do you feel like
Mhm.
it's you now more than ever? Like, oh, I really got that. Is it more decisive that you won, or is it as time goes, it's closer?
Well, I always thought I won because he rapped probably what 2 minutes, minute and 30 more than me every round,
Mm,
and it's debatable. So
very.
to me, if so, a minute is about 20 bars. So a minute and a half, what is that? 30. You got like 30 more bars than I did, and it's debatable. If you give me 30 extra bars than you,
Mm,
like I'm making sure, like every bar is there for a reason, especially in that chiller battle, you know.
absolutely.
So I know the rounds are very close, but I feel like maybe if we had the same, if we rap for the same amount of time, it would be more decisive my way. I
Mm,
think the thing that made it debatable is Chilla rapping a little longer. My third round was like 32 bars, bro. 32 bars is a standard verse, but it doesn't seem like that because one, I keep getting stopped. Two, the quality of what I'm saying to Chilla. You know what I'm saying? Like,
absolutely.
I felt like that was the difference. I was directly talking to him, and even though he had some fire name flips, he'd be calling other people out
Mm,
or have a bunch of random bars. You know what I mean? So that's why I always felt like I got it. But I'm talking like as far as the weight of the battle, it happened Summer Madness weekend, and to this day, there's more reactions on me versus Chilla than some of those Summer Madness battles.
yeah, no, it's definitely a fan favorite. I think
Crazy.
me and Nico both had in our top 20 of 2020. So
Hmm.
that was a big deal. But moving forward, man, you got a battle on your hands, man. I don't think the people might not know, but I think you know. I know Sneezy
Yeah.
Bo is a brother out of Ohio, man. Shout out to Sneeze. He is
Fire.
up and coming fire. So I'm a part of the iBattle Facebook group. I was in there and I seen Lex saying like, "Yo, Real Sick said he wants to give back to the league." You know what I'm saying? That kind of help get him jump started back into the fold here
Yeah.
with an up and comer. Did, did you know kind of a little bit like it's probably gonna be Sneeze, or did you really have no clue who was gonna get selected?
I didn't know this. It literally happened because um around January it was looking like my first battle this year was going to be in March.
Hmm.
Now it's different. I'm battling like every month, but I mean, like I thought it was going to be that. So at first I was like, let me do something to stay active. I don't want to get rusty or anything, you know. But like also, I've been meaning to go back to iBattle. You know what I mean? I don't think I ever left because I rep iBattle everywhere that I go. Every my success is iBattle success. You know what I mean? Even though my first couple battles were on UW, nothing happened from that. You know what I mean? The league owners weren't as consistent, I think. And
Hmm.
Lex believed in me since my first battle on iBattle, since Mr. Hyde. After he saw that, he was like, "Yo, I'm gonna give you a 3 rounder. Let's see how you do. Then if you do good, I'll get you a name." That's how it happened. Battle Sean O'Shawn, then I got Excel. Then after the Excel battle, I got my London call and my URL call. And then the URL call led to me getting on Ultimate Madness and then where I am, right? So I mean, I felt the same way after the tournament too. I battled Jay and Chaos, and then I went battled Jables. Now I battled Chilla and Magic, and now battling Sneezy. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I don't think I battle is ever gonna be out of the schedule for me.
Good.
And yeah, and it is giving back now that I'm in a position to kind of help people that are you know not as known. You know what I mean? Even if I can get them 500 more followers or get bigger leagues to look at what they do. You know what I mean? I'm with that, especially people that deserve it. So I called Lex. I actually hadn't heard of Sneezy yet when I called Lex. I heard of him, but I never watched one of his battles yet. Lex would always tell me he's like O Solo with punchlines, and I was like, that sounds interesting, right?
That's a
And then
wild combination. Yeah.
yeah, so I told him I was like, yo, I want to do like a 1 rounder or something. You know what I mean? And he told me about Sneezy because and it's a testament to Sneezy because Lex is always like, yo, there's not a lot of people I could give you that I'm trying to build that you won't clearly beat. Like you're gonna murder most of the upcoming talent. I
Yeah.
want to build them. I want them to get better, but I think Sneezy has the quality to make it a fight. And I was like, word. So then I watched them and I was like, oh yeah, I see what Lex is talking about. Right.
Absolutely.
And along with all of that, I I'm a big like I really, really fuck with originality, man. Originality is a big thing to me. And in an era where, the reason this new URL rookie class is so refreshing is because everybody raps different. Everybody has their own personality. You know what I mean? There's a lot of originality in this class, right?
Hmm.
Especially the standouts. So with iBattle, as diverse as that talent pool is, uh, if I could give anybody that type of shine, because I know there's a lot of originality over there. And Sneezy is very original. You know what I mean? He's fire. I'm hyped just to see him live, bro. you
Yeah,
know what I
man.
mean? But as a competitor, I'm you're not getting shorted. Like I'm not showing up to like it's a random 1 round or whatever. I'm trying to rip his head off.
Yeah, no.
And this is a test. Let's see if he could stand up to that.
Yeah, I know. Just from your Jables battle alone, like you showed me that, like you take those battles just as serious as any URL
Yeah,
opportunity. You was very,
absolutely.
very direct with Jables, and I think with Sneezy, it'll pretty much be the same. Have you went against anybody with his archetype? Because I've been telling people on the show, I actually had him talking about this battle. I
Listen,
interviewed him last week, and we were
yeah, I
talking.
see. I seen that.
Yeah, and we were
Yeah,
talking about like his style and how unique it is, and things like that. Have you faced anybody close to what you'll be facing tomorrow?
Chiller in the sense of the pace
Mm-hmm.
and like delivering fire at a slow pace. Chiller is is the person that comes to mind when you say that.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, I'm not saying Sneezy's on Chiller's level,
Right.
but I mean like the pacing. Sneezy raps a little slower than Chiller,
Yeah.
but his lines are always quality. You know what I mean? I've never heard Sneezy say something that sounded forced or like it wasn't supposed to be there, like it wasn't that crazy. He always says fire shit. That something playground weed slide in the park,
Park.
whatever that shit was
That was
crazy.
that shit. I love that.
The first time I was watching Sneezy literally for the first time after the call with Lex. And
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. You know what I mean? Um, yeah, I think Chilla comes to mind, but that's the closest one that I could think of right now. Um, other than that, nah, that's why I picked this battle. Sneezy doesn't really rap like anybody else, you know?
Shout to Sneezy, bro, in the chat. I see you, guy. What
Shout
up?
out to Sneeze.
Yeah, yeah. And I'm so sorry. Y'all know I'm gonna do a Q&A. Mama, who asked the greatest questions, my favorites, one of my favorite supporters in the chat. Mama, if you got a question, shoot for it. I know I missed one. Ask it again. I'll and make sure y'all like it so it can stay up, and I'll definitely read it off. But yeah. So with that, man, you got that tomorrow. If let's say if it's close enough, do you think he could be good enough to ascend beyond iBattle, like to hit the URL at some
Well,
point?
I took this because I think it's gonna be close.
You do.
If I hope I don't like because look, I'm showing up at 100%. You know what I mean? And that's the reason Lex told me about Sneezy. He thinks Sneezy can survive in there. You know what I mean? I think that the whole point of this, like again, to give back to iBattle, but also to bring more eyes to Sneezy. You know what I mean? So I'm not gonna Sneezy's not gonna get credit if I was ever the bullshit. If I go in there and bullshit and then he wins, because then it's gonna be the Sikh didn't try type thing. That's not even in my DNA to show up and not give a shit. You know what I
Right.
mean? So I'm gonna show up there. I'm gonna be at 100%, and I think Sneezy is gonna be in there, do what he does, and it's gonna be a really good battle. You know what I mean? That's what I'm hoping for. Um, but I'm not as a competitor. Obviously, like I said, I'm trying to rip his head off. But it's the test. I'm pretty sure he only has what 6, 7 battles, something like that. Like
Yeah,
he's fairly new.
yeah, he's only been balanced since like last year. I've been watching
Yeah,
him. I watched him his third battle. He probably got 6 or 7. Yeah, somewhere in there right
yeah,
now.
yeah. He doesn't have a big catalog. You know what I mean? But when I went to iBattle, I had about I had less than 10 battles too, if I remember correctly,
Mm-hmm.
when I got to iBattle. You know what I mean? But yeah, I think it will be a like great battle. I don't like battle. I thought Magic was gonna show up for 3 rounds and I was gonna do what I do and clearly
You
win.
didn't think that,
But
really, Sick?
yes, I did, bro. He showed up with coffee. He showed up with chess. He showed up with Geechee. He looked like he was on his shit showing up again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I was like, Magic is one of the dudes I looked up to, and so I was like, yo, let me battle him. I didn't think he was gonna win because my material was too direct, but I thought he was gonna show up for 3 and a good watch. You know what I mean? Obviously, I knew Chilla. My point in saying all of this is I don't like taking battles that I think I'm gonna destroy somebody. You know what I mean? So if you see me booked with somebody, for the most part, it's because I think it's gonna be a great battle. You
Mm.
know?
Okay, I can
Yeah.
respect that. I definitely respect that. Now, beyond this battle, I know a lot of people have been wanting to see you mix it up with a lot of these up and comers. Like you said, you mentioned Daylight earlier when he called your name
Mhm.
out. Did you take that as a troll, or you took that serious? Like, oh, he really wants this.
Nah,
This.
he's dead ass. I know the fans don't know because they don't know Daylight,
Mm-hmm.
but I mean, Daylight reached out to me after the Kid Chaos battle, and it's a rapper thing. You know what I mean? It's like there's very few rappers in battle rap still left. You know what I'm saying? There's battle talkers, battle performers. There's not a lot of rappers. And me, B Dot, Kid Chaos, there's a couple of us, and Daylight is one of them. So when he sees people like me or Kid Chaos, he's gonna reach out. That's why you'll see him in his interviews throwing little shots. You know what I mean? Like shit might get a little real. I'm getting sick of things. Like he'll
That
just
was funny.
throw little subliminal shots in his interviews. You know what I mean? But it's because it's the same reason he battled Mike P. Because when Mike P was coming up, he was that rapper kind of guy. Daylight battled him. He didn't want to show up and battle a vet that's not going to rap with him. You know what I mean? So after what he did with Rock and had one of the craziest, probably the craziest performance of last year, like I know he was looking at. From what I know, he wanted to battle either like somebody this top tier name or me or Chaos or somebody. I heard him say Chaos recently. It was more so I think me, and then I heard him say Chaos in that interview. But I think he just wants to shine some light on the rappers. It's kind of like what I'm trying to do with Sneezy. You know what I mean? He just wants to do that with more people. So he's gonna show up at 100, and he's gonna see if people can match it. So
I'm looking forward to that one day for sure.
yeah, if
Mama,
that happens
yeah.
this year, bro, if that happens this year, I'm lit, bro. Bro, if I
You out
get
of here if
Daylight
that
a
happened, yo.
year, if I get Daylight a year into being on URL,
Yeah,
that's crazy.
nah.
That's
If
crazy.
that happens, you definitely out of here for sure.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna have to plan these interviews like a week in advance as opposed to a day for sure.
Yeah.
Mama asked a question. She said, if there was an 18-year-old up and comer trying to get into battle rap, who would you suggest they study?
18. I mean, like that's such a hard question. I mean, like how do they rap? Like what are they just a bro? All right, I'll try to think of this. Just my advice would be to just watch all leagues. Don't just watch URL or King of the Dot. Watch RBE, fucking Don't Flop, Premiere, uh, everything. Watch everything. See the different kind of styles. And if you're 18 years old, that means you were born in 2002. Listen to, or if it's 2021, 2003, whatever, listen to um, all the hip hop that was before your time. Don't listen to the shit that, like, so if somebody was born in 2002, that means that's crazy to think about. That means when they were 10 years old, it was 2012, right? So, like, uh, that's crazy. 18, we're getting old,
I want
bro.
to
Like,
let me test your knowledge. Do you
but
remember? Do
like,
you remember some significant albums out in 2002? I just want to see do you remember anything from that?
I know Eminem show came out that year. I know Stillmatic came out that year. Um did Blueprint 2 come out in 2002? Yeah, it had
Yeah,
to,
yeah,
right? Yeah.
yeah.
Because Black Album was '03. Um the Scarface joint, The
The
Fix, was
Fix,
that 2002?
I believe so.
Um
Oh shit, he knows something.
yeah, I did my history, bro. I did
I
my
know.
history.
I just wanted to
But
test it. I just
I
wanted to test
was,
it.
yeah, I was gonna tell this 18-year-old to also learn how to rap, bro. Be a rapper. Don't be a battle rapper. Don't only rap when you got battles coming up. Rap all the time. So listen to that hip hop, all the shit I just said. Listen to Cool G rap. Listen to Tretch from Naughty by Nature. Listen to Tribe Called Quest. Listen to the Fat Boys. Listen to Wu Tang. Everybody, go listen to every Pac, Big L, Big Pun. Go do your hip hop history and become an MC, become a rapper, and that's
Absolutely.
gonna make you the best version. You know what I mean? The people who stand out are rappers. The people, especially now, everybody who stood out last year, they're rappers. Like they're rapping, and they have an extensive knowledge of hip hop. You know what I mean? So
Absolutely.
that'd be my advice.
By the way, Stillmatic came out December 2001, so you was close.
Come on, that's right there, bro. Come on, that's like
I'm being
a
petty.
month out.
I gotta be a little petty. Gotta be a little petty though. But gotta be petty. Great
Damn, I
question
gotta
though.
change that in my iTunes then.
Yeah. Great
But
question.
yeah, go ahead.
Great question, Mama. If you have any more questions, please, you always allowed to ask for sure. Somebody said, Ricky, and I was getting to this because I've been friendly, but this whole Nico, I'm gonna kill you. This whole new top tier shit that you started on the show, that shit hit. I should have never. I should have never
Yeah.
clipped that shit and put it out.
No, you know it's crazy.
What?
Literally, while that was happening, I was on the phone. It was me, Loso, and a couple of the people in the new era, right?
Mm-hmm.
With P. And he was just pointing that shit out to us. And he was like, yo, look, like y'all are putting on better battles. This is a fact. Just start saying it. Like, you just got to bring the attention to that. And we were on the phone and talking about it. And then they're like, I think P said something about, oh, that's crazy. I'm on my timeline and the top tier podcast just did a new top tier thing. Like he just said it real quick, and then the conversation continued. But I fuck with you, so I went on Twitter while they were talking because it was a conference call,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh shit, that's dope. But it literally had, the universe has a way of like making shit happen, bro. This shit happened at the same time. But
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And he told me like,
I know
man,
it sounds unbelievable, but
no, I believe
I
you.
swear that's what
you.
happened. You
I
know what I
believe
mean?
you.
Yeah.
That's just like who can just quickly create and make that up.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I really, yeah, that's crazy that happened. But yeah, he was just like, don't clip that. Don't. I'm like, I'm putting this out there. So it came out there. And people are running with it. I see Holmesy put that as his header name, new top tier.
Yeah.
How many of you do you really think are quote unquote top tier level right now within this new class? Is it a select few? Is it more than
Within
we
the
three?
class?
Yeah.
So, all right, because the class is different from the era,
Yes.
right? So, like this class, the Ultimate Madness 1 class, right?
Mm-hmm.
Me, Jay, Easy, Chaos, Fonz, Castro.
Mm.
Man, if Your Honor took 3 rounds serious, he's a dangerous man to stand in front of. I seen it in person. Swamp. So I won't say Your Honor because we haven't seen like 3-4 rounds. Swamp. If Rubando could do what he did in that second round versus Jay consistently, that would be dangerous. But we haven't seen that. So what is that? 6 so far. I'm going through the class. Does Brooklyn Hands count in our class?
We're not giving you,
because he was in Ultimate Madness.
We're not giving you Brooklyn Hands. Sick. What? Come on.
Hey, listen. But I mean, I want everybody to listen to me when I say this. I know y'all don't fuck with Ace because he stumbles a lot and shit like that. Ace is really one of them ones, and I think a lot of people forgot. And if you did, go watch his first couple back. Watch him versus Fuse the General. Watch Ace versus Burke Bucks. Watch him versus Snake Eyes. Like, he is a dangerous man. I think he just can't prepare quick. You know what I mean? And that's probably why he was stumbling through Ultimate Madness or whatever. And he did fuck up versus Swamp. So it's a recency bias thing. You know what I mean? But Ace is really one of them ones too. So he needs to be brought up in these conversations too. And I don't know what happened to Jay Kruger, but he's crazy too. I think he has some life shit going on.
Real life stuff. Real life stuff
happening. But I named 7. I said Jay, me, Easy, Fonz, Chaos, Swamp, Castro, and Ace. So 8.
Yeah, so 8.
That's 8 of us. 8 of us. You could put us versus any vets right now, and they're not getting any of us out of here if we're all fully prepared.
Don't say any. Don't say any, real. Don't say
who's getting out of here.
Any? If I had to do the matchup, yo, Sick, come on, man. Don't.
Listen. This is what I've learned, right? When you're preparing for somebody that you're scared of,
Mm-hmm.
like that there's nothing like that. There's nothing that matches that. Like I was scared to stand in front of Chilla, and I wrote that shit in maybe 5 days. Like your motivation goes through the roof. All right. So if you pair up Kid Chaos and Chilla, Chaos already hates Chilla, right? So like he's probably already writing for him.
Yeah.
Ace and John, Ace is gonna go crazy. You pair up Swamp and Rock, Swamp is gonna go crazy. You know what I mean? Like if you pair up these matches in the right way, like yeah, they're not getting us out of here. Who does Castro want to battle? No, and again, I don't know if this shit leaks through the camera, but seeing these people like Castro and Your Honor in person
Mm-hmm.
is the craziest experience. Like as a battle rap fan, like they know how to captivate a crowd. So when these big stages do come back, I think that's when y'all will realize how dangerous they are. But they're still crazy.
And you and I was at nauseum. Keep seeing this whole big stage, small room.
Oh
Uh,
my god.
like that was kind of a topic that was a bit overblown,
Yeah.
in my opinion. With that said, outside of that, because I've always said I don't think material wise y'all won't translate. But have you guys, and not necessarily you, because you battled Premier Battles,
Yeah,
one
yeah,
of
yeah.
the best performances by anybody abroad over there. And
Mm-hmm.
I can say that,
International.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I can say that because I watch a shit ton of Premier Battles. That's in my that's my
No,
top
yeah,
five
but
league.
but but they gave me that award though. They had an award of 2019's best
Yeah,
international
you won that.
performance. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you won
that
that.
was crazy.
You
That was my
definitely.
first accolade.
Yep. I think the year before that, Loso probably should have won when he battled Dialect. I thought he was
Oh yeah,
crazy
yeah,
against
yeah.
it. Yeah, see, I'm in tune, Sick. I'm out here. Uh,
I appreciate that.
yeah, but yeah, but I think what people are more concerned with when they say, "Are you guys ready?" is really the nuances that have nothing to do with lyrics. It's more so like with the Jack situation, he was rapping, but it's more so handling heckle another crowd, hearing
Hmm.
that delayed, because when you're on a bigger stage, there's a bit of a delay there, and when you land a big shot, it's different when it's a whole bunch of people there and they're dead silent on something that you thought was going to land. How does that
Yeah,
mentally
yeah,
hit?
of course.
So I think
All
that's what
those
people are talking about.
factors. Yeah, yeah, yeah. But like all those factors are things that this is why we're going so hard. Last year, the newer guys stood out, right? And the
Mm-hmm.
reason we stood out isn't because we always rapped without a crowd, it's because we adjusted. We had to adjust too. People are forgetting this. Some of the people in our class had 20 battles before then. You know what I mean? Like they had to adjust rapping with no crowd and adjusting shit. You look at me versus Jay, and then look at Jay versus Suge. That's a different Jay because by then he was adjusted. You see me versus Jay, and then see me versus Chilla. That's a different me because I adjusted. There was an adjustment period with us too. So now when I'm battling Magic, I know if I'm on a big stage, I'm not gonna have half a round with no punchlines and direct talk. If I'm on a stage, like I know the difference. You know what I mean? We know what we can do in this environment, and that's what we're doing. When we're on a stage, we're gonna structure our shit differently. So the credit shouldn't come from shit that we haven't seen yet. It should come from our ability to adjust. If you've seen that we can adjust, the same shit is gonna happen on the stage. Whether we have our material written a certain way, if we're delivering it and it's not connecting, and then adjusting on the spot to add performance or whatever, like we know that it's not the same thing. Like I don't think the argument was ever the big stage is an easy task. The argument was for the people that have been used to the big stage, it's easier for them to battle on a big stage versus us but so they're not coming in the small room because they don't have that. For them, the big stage is a crutch. The crowd and all of that stuff is a crutch because they've been doing it for years. So now that they have to step in this room with no crowd, just me versus you, let's see who's better. That's where the argument came in, and I think it got twisted into, oh, the rookie said the big stage isn't hard. We never said that.
Yep.
We know the big stage is a talent. MCing, part of MCing is crowd control. Like, we know that's a tough thing to do, and we're gonna have to prove that we could do it. We were just talking about the guys that, don't look so scary in these small rooms, and that could be a reason why.
Now, I do want to see you against a couple of guys eventually. One name that keeps getting brought up, and you brought him up on Mav's show, was Mike P.
Mm-hmm.
Is that still a name you're interested in, or have you kind of moved on from that name?
I really fuck with Mike P, man. That's why I keep saying that. Because he came out to show love when I battled Excel, and he's in the background. He's like in the camera shot, and he enjoyed the battle a lot. And so he kind of saw my my path or whatever. And whenever he comes back, I think he's gonna be dangerous. I think he's gonna be scary. He's gonna be in his Mike P bag, you know what I mean? And we kind of have a similar way of switching in and out of flows and things like that. I think it will be a very entertaining, crazy fight. But I mean, if I keep getting these vets thrown at my feet, obviously I'm gonna do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? But if Mike wanted to, I know he wants to, but I know he's a big like he looks at timing a lot. And if it's not the time, it's not the time, I guess. I think it's gonna eventually happen. I just think it would be electrifying if it was on his return, because I know he got like, he feels like he has to like remind motherfuckers again, and that's a dangerous kind of battle rapper. You know what I mean? So that's why, yeah, Mike P on his return would be crazy.
Well, I want to see that. Let's see. Go to
your
questions. Somebody said, do you have like a rookies versus vets sort of like list, like as far as pairing, like KC versus, I know obviously Chilla. And what would your lineup be? What would the matchup if you was putting the card together?
Well, first of all, you got to stop calling some of us rookies, because you saw what Chilla just did, and me and him went toe to toe.
I know,
right?
That's a title that URL gives
Easy,
y'all. That's what they
yeah,
do.
I know. Easy and T Top, Easy. I thought Easy won. You know what I mean? And Jay just had Battle of the Night at Volume 7. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So, but you're talking about like the ultimate matches, just if I was to do got you.
Yeah, you just put it together.
All right, yeah. Chaos and Chilla.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do Fonz and Nitty.
Oh. Okay.
Let's see. Me and Verb. Let's see. Jay and Pat Stay. Jay and Pat Stay would be crazy.
That's interesting.
Let me think. Swamp and Rock, Easy and Geechee. Easy and Calico. We'll do that. Easy and Calico. What am I missing? Ace and John. That gotta happen. I said everybody.
Yeah, that's the card, right? You put that together kind of quick.
Yeah. And we'll do Castro and Shine. Castro wants to battle Shine.
Y'all done had these talks. That was real quick and smooth.
Nah,
I'm just y'all done had this card laid out.
I'm just thinking about like, all right, so like, look, Jay and Pat would be crazy because they're both like outside the box, right? And they're very calm. Their presence matches, you know what I mean? Shit like that. Castro and Shine, because Castro is very explosive. Shine is explosive. That'd be a crazy battle. Swamp and Rock hate each other. Ace and John hate each other. That's where that comes from. KC and Chilla, they've been talking about that since Chilla threw shots at him. And Me and Verb is like Easy and Calico, obviously the way they rap, and then me and Verb because Verb is like the rapidy rap guy too. You know what I mean? And people hold him up there. But
He
I
kind
think,
of cold right now.
yeah, I know, but I mean, having Verb on my jacket is a big name. You know what I mean? So like, that's why I would want to do it. I'm not scared of Verb like at all. I think I could get him out of here. But like,
Hey, Sick.
um,
I'm not scared of Verb right now. I think I could get him. I think I can get Verb
oh
up out
shit,
of here. I think I can get Verb
my
out of
bad.
here too, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
yeah, yeah, yeah. My
uh,
bad. This light went out. But
you good.
yeah. Yeah, no, Verb was good. You know what I mean? I think his DNA performance is very underrated. The shit he
Yeah.
rapped against DNA was fire. But yeah, I wouldn't look at Verb and be um in a position to where I felt like I had to like that I felt like I could lose. I know that the motivation would be crazy because of his name.
Yeah.
And I think the shit that I'd come up with, uh, I'm not sure if he knows what I do. Yeah, he probably hasn't seen a real sick battle yet. But you know, I'd be very directly breaking him down while he'd be rapping about the fountain of the gods or whatever he raps about. You know what I mean? So like,
Hey, hold on, man. You ain't about to have me laugh at my Midwest brother like that. We ain't doing
shout
that.
out to Verb. He's a legend, man. I'm a fan of Verb, but I think I could definitely get him out of here.
He going through something right now. I want to swap him out for Daylight. I'm gonna give you Daylight on that card. I'm gonna,
Let's do that. Me and Daylight.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Much more.
that's a crazier battle.
Yeah,
Yo,
that's
I
gonna be
just
crazy.
the thought of that made me think of some crazy shit. So when it finally gets locked in, bro, I don't even know where I'm gonna go. Like that's gonna be incredible if that happens this year, bro.
So I want to talk about your material and like your form of writing because it's very
Mm-hmm.
cerebral. Like it's real. Like it's potent. It's very direct. And it's like you always have kind of like three rounds. That's like a story that builds into some shit into like a real great crescendo at the end, and you put a bow
Mm-hmm.
on it, and it's out there. When your writing process starts, when you get the contract and it's all sealed, does it start or do you take some time first?
I take some time to let it marinate. Um, when I was supposed to be on volume 7, and that was like the earliest that I started writing to
Really, you were
where
supposed to be on volume
the
7?
contract, yeah, yeah. But my opponent conveniently around the time my B Magic battle dropped, they uh they wanted to battle Danny Myers instead. Um, but yeah, I started writing mad early for that one. But usually, yeah, I'll get the contract, I'll send the contract back, I'll get the deposit, and I'll just let it marinate for 2 days, maybe 2, 3, depending on how much time I got. If I got 2 weeks, yeah, 2 days I'll let it marinate and then I'll start going. If I got like a month for like a week, I won't write sentences down. I'll just if I think of ideas, I'll put that down.
Yeah.
The first thing I figure out is what do I want to say to this person. Name flips are easy. Random bars is easy. What do I really want to say to this person? That's the first thing that I think about. And then after a week of just sitting, jotting ideas down, I'll start forming the ideas, expounding on them, thinking of bars, and shit will get, put together like that. And usually, like, I don't write in rounds, I write in sections, depending on what I'm talking about. So, like, when I battle Magic, I had the section where I make fun of him sounding like he's rhyming on beat. Then I made the section of all he does is punch. Then I made the section of his career and how he used to be one of them. I have all these sections, and it's depending on my opponent is when I'm gonna use them. But I kind of have them all like I kind of have a game plan, and
Mm-hmm.
then but the shit could if I need to switch it in the middle of the battle, that's why I write it in sections so I could just swap out a section. You know what I mean? Like if it made more sense for me to do the beat thing against Magic in the third round, I would have just switched that section with the beginning of the third or whatever. You
When
know
is
what
the
I'm
last time you actually did that? When is the last time in the middle of a battle you switched out
saying?
some rounds?
Uh, The last time I had to do that was Premiere when I battled Maverick.
Maverick.
That was the last time I had to do it. Yeah, because so when I was making fun of that diss track thing, that was supposed to be my second. But the shit after, when I talked about, like, if you look at his second round and then my second, it's like I was responding to everything that he said. Like, he mentioned chicken tikka masala, right?
Yeah.
He mentioned a diss track. He mentioned something else. He mentioned like a couple things, and those things I had originally in my third,
Okay.
but he had mentioned them, so I was like, all right,
Switch.
let me switch it out to that.
That
Yeah.
was more your
So
humor round, wasn't it? The second when it was
the
kind of a
second, I
little more
made fun of his
jokey.
diss
Yeah.
track. Yeah. But that was all together. So that's what I switched out actually. The part at the end of the second where I'm talking about the how my people are allowed to carry blades in London and shit like that. That part, that was for the second. But the humor bag was originally for the third, but I think I switched that with whatever I opened up because I opened up the third with what rhymes with Jamie Maverick. Plain and average. And I rhyme with his name. That was originally supposed to be in the second, and the humor bag was going to be in the third. But I switched it because he mentioned too many things that just happened to be in my round. You know what I mean? Like chicken tikka masala in London, that's their main dish. Like that's how much they fuck with that dish. That's their dish.
Yeah.
So he happened to have a line about it, and I was like, perfect. You know what I mean? I'm in the crib with your mama. It's something, chicken tikka masala, something like that, right? And they went crazy for that. So yeah, that's the last time I remember doing it. Versus Jay, I had a lot of material. So I had a whole round just in case he choked. Like if he ended up choking, I had this whole round. Just like I had like so much material for that battle, man. Like
Is,
so
does that loss still disappoint you? Like you still think about it?
nah, nah. It would have disappointed me if it was just like all four judges gave it to him and something like that. The anticipation in the room was crazy because Uncle Ra and Tony Bro gave it to Jay. And I was like, damn, two judges. And then Rita and Knowledge gave it to me. So it was 2-2.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, that's crazy. The first battle ever on Ultimate Madness. And it's split with the judges. You know what I mean? And then, so that was my second URL battle. The first time a lot of fans really saw me. So I didn't expect to win the fan vote. You know what I mean? And for him, he has a big fan base, but he was messing up a lot.
Yeah.
So now that he just showed up, it was what I was saying in the face-offs and stuff.
Yeah, nah.
So no, that didn't disappoint me. And shit, he started rapping more after our battle. Like the way he's rapping now, I kind of take a little bit of credit for that. You know what I mean? the continuous syllable flow type shit he's doing.
Yeah.
You learn shit from your opponent, so I'm pretty sure that's something that he got from me.
You definitely sparked that. You definitely, and that was a lot of people's worry with him going into that tournament. So it's funny to see how things turn around. And I even hate hearing, and I love Uncle Rob for sure. He always shout me out, but his reasoning for it, that all it still bothers me. You might not care, but I that's like
it just made no sense, man.
I just didn't like
it's not $25,000 worth of material, but me and Jay ended up being probably the best battle of the whole tournament.
No, Sick. He called
you
it
know what I mean?
filler
Like,
though. I was like,
yeah, the filler shit, obviously, but
I was like,
the
what?
the shit that, in hindsight, what battle was better than me and Jay?
Not many.
Easy and Fonz is the only one that comes close, I think. Easy and Fonz, or like maybe Kruger and Fonz. Chaos and Castro was good too. But other than that, me and Jay was up there. Like,
definitely.
But that was all filler. And I was like, what? I was talking about Jay the whole time. Like, what part of that is filler?
Yeah, nah. They were out of it. And you mentioned, like, I forgot when you brought up Volume 7, you were supposed to battle Ars. That
right.
he chose Danny. Like, when did you get that notice, and how did that make you feel? Because you would have to think Smack 7 is a big deal, man. That's
now look, I never thought I would ever battle Arsenal because I started on UW. I'm from Jersey. I always, I root for Jersey rappers. Anytime I see Ars Twerk, Suge, O-Red. I'm rooting for them because I'm from Jersey. But when I went to battle Magic, like maybe a week or two before I battled Magic, I was told that that was next on the plate. So I was like, that's crazy. And then when I got, but again, I didn't have paperwork, so it's hard for me to, you know, I'm learning that when you hear something, it's not permanent till it's on paper, right? But when I get there, we were doing the COVID test, and Smack, out of his own mouth, told me, he was like, "Yo, you in Arsenal? That's gonna be crazy, man. I'm hyped for that one because Smack really fucks with this new class, and he's trying to give everybody opportunities. But I guess it's up to the rappers at the end of the day. So when I left the Magic battle, that's what my next battle was. So I kind of took like a week break, and then I just started jotting ideas down. And then by the time my Magic battle came out, it was getting a little fishy. You know what I mean? Like the paperwork wasn't there yet, and I was like, this probably not gonna happen. And then Beasley had told me, he said he wants to battle Danny first or whatever. But we might run it this year. Stay tuned. You know what I mean? But yeah, I never thought that would happen. It's dope. It's dope that if he said yes, I thought he said no because maybe he just accepted without thinking about it, and then realized I was from Jersey, and he was like, I don't want to battle people from Jersey. I'm hoping that's what it is. But obviously Lex being like Paul Heyman and I'm Brock Lesnar, Lex being like, nah, he saw the Magic battle and he got scared. And I was like, all right.
Yeah, no, Lex be going hard.
Shout out to Lex, man.
Shout out to Lex, man. Yeah, so for those who don't know, like I said, he's going to get Sneezy Bowl. I put it up on the screen for you guys. Culture for it going down tomorrow. Yeah. You can cop the VOD as well. iBattles.
It's 50% off, I'm pretty sure. 50. Either the VO. Oh man, I should have looked at the fucking post. But it's either the VOD or the pay-per-view or the iBattle membership. One of those things for this month. I think it's the pay-per-view. It's 50% off. It's 50% off. So and the whole card is crazy. Me and Sneezy is gonna be crazy. You got Kang and Drugs. Lou Cypher and Bricks Belvedere. That's gonna be crazy. I'm not gonna lie,
I got that as a battle of the night. I was gonna ask you what you think outside of your battle would be probably the craziest battle.
I'm very hyped to see Lou Cypher and Bricks. Yeah. Lou is wildin'. I can tell you that. But by the way, go listen to Lou's album, Elephant and the Goat.
Yeah, you on there.
Me and him got a song on there. Yeah, produced by Static Selector. So shout out to Lou. Go bump that. Baby J and Mike G is on there. Mm-hmm. Mike G from Our Future. If you don't know who that is, man, just Google his name. You'll see how big of a deal he is, man. Like that dude has like platinum selling records or whatever. Dallas Cash and A-Class. That's a special one because like they were supposed to battle in Scribble Jam, and now they're running it back right now. Like that's crazy. I haven't
seen the A-Class battle in a minute, but Dallas Cash, he came out here and battled Franchise maybe last year or a year or two ago. Very underrated from Ohio. So
but that the whole card is crazy.
Even
the
Money on here versus Jack Casserole. I didn't even see that. Yeah, damn, I just peeped that. Oh shit.
Benji Reckless is on there. That's the Undertaker guy for people who don't know. He's very entertaining. Who's it? You got the card in front of you?
Yeah. I put it on the screen. You probably can't see him.
Who's Benji Reckless battling?
I don't see a Benji Reckless.
It was in the chat, unless Lex wrote it.
And no,
I guess maybe he's
the dude that did the Undertaker is Benji Lolo.
Oh, Benji Lolo.
Yeah. That's not.
Oh,
Benji.
That's probably. Is he on the card? I swear I saw somebody that. Yeah, I saw somebody. Yeah. No, but it was in the Facebook chat. Maybe they like wrote something else or something.
Yeah, maybe they wrote a hypothetical. I'm not.
But
sure.
yeah, the main ones is on the card. All right, me and Sneezy, Kang and Drugs, Lou Cypher and Bricks, Mike G and Baby J, Dallas Cash and A-Class, and there's all the other battles are gonna be entertaining. If you've never watched the iBattle event before, there's every different kind of rapper is on the card. The people that joke, the people that write, the people that perform, people that do everything. Like the
Absolutely.
most diverse talent pool is in iBattle. So
Absolutely.
if you tune in, I guarantee you're gonna have fun watching these battles, bro. So
Yeah.
yeah, tune in.
Yeah, that's like I said. I got it in my y'all kill me all the time when I say it. It's a top 5 league in my book. Y'all know the big three, and then I got iBattle and Premier Battles. Y'all can sue me. Look, that's just how I roll. So that those are my top 5 leagues.
I don't see how you could argue with that. Like that sounds pretty fair
Is that
to me.
you got the same top 5?
I mean, to me, it's uh URL and iBattle at 1 and 2, and then it's everybody else. But
Right.
like, so yeah, URL iBattle. Um, you could flip those around either way.
You don't have to put it in order.
King of the
Just a
Dot,
5.
King
Yeah.
of the Dot, Premier, RBE. You know what I mean?
So wow, he
It's the same names.
got the same
Like, what
5.
am I? What else? What else? What else? What is it? What else is a debate?
I don't think there, but I'm trying to get people outside the box and think beyond just the two. Like, just gotta watch more leagues, man. You watch more
If
leagues,
you
you'll see.
watch those 5 leagues, to advice to that 18-year-old, the earlier question,
Yeah,
watch those 5 leagues, and you will see every kind of battle rapper. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah,
absolutely. Somebody said, shout to M_4. Um, what is your own top 3 career battles?
top 3 career battles. Uh, man, Daylight got to be on there,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Daylight,
Um, Disaster.
Diz.
Um, K-Shine.
That's a nice.
Daylight, Disaster, K-Shine. Yeah.
That's a really nice 3.
If I battle them three, bro, I could hang it up and I'll be good. Because
That's a
those
fact.
three, so Daylight more so we always knew Daylight could rap. You know what I mean? But like this new day, the Daylight we saw versus Rock is a very like I said it on Champion. It was like all the rappers were watching, saw what Daylight was doing, and we're like, yo, there's more of us. Like we found another there's another guy. You know what I mean? It's not just us. Like he's from that cloth. You know what I mean? Diz, shit, he probably has the best resume in battle rap. He got Cannabis and Cassidy on his resume. Conversation over. I don't want to hear nothing else. He battled now. Granted, there are some URL cats he hasn't seen yet, like Hitman and Calico, and you know what I mean, people like that. But he has an extensive resume. You
He
know what I mean,
does. He
and
does.
he's done a lot for the game. I think people don't give him the credit that he deserves because every time he comes to URL, he tries to switch shit up for some reason. If him and Danny happened on URL and they rapped the exact same rounds, it would still be a classic over there. You know what I mean? If he battled Solomon on URL and they rapped the exact same rounds, I feel like more URL cats would respect them and shit. I feel like they don't. You know what I mean? But he's a legend. You know what I mean? So if I was to battle him, that'd be crazy. And then Sean has been the most dangerous battle rapper since he battled Verb. You know what I mean? Uh, he lost to Hitman, I think, after that, but that was his only L, I think,
Yeah.
until Chilla. Until Chilla.
Until Chilla. Yeah.
Yeah.
Debatable.
So
Debatable with Geechee. That was debatable. I like that, man. You know what I'm saying? But
yeah, that
I
was
agree with you.
debatable. Yeah.
I agree
Yeah.
with you.
So and Sean is one of my favorites of all time. That's why, like, you know, that 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 like Verb performance is that performance is when I became like a K-Shine fan, like for real, for real. Before it was like, yo, K-Shine is fire, but that
Absolutely.
performance is when I was like, yo, this dude holds so big, fuck around, walk through him. That whole second round, I think I know word for word, bro.
It's a
Like,
lot of verbs. It's been a lot of verb slander today, man. I'm not liking this. No,
nah, what I'm,
I'm joking, by the way. But Nico,
yeah,
I
yeah,
had to show Nico earlier, and he killed Verb. And I'm totally joking.
yeah.
Somebody said, "That's a good question." Conceded has been talking about coming back and not jumping straight in against the elites, but taking a warm up. Well, what he would call a warm up battle. I don't think it'd be a warm up against you. But if he looked at you and said, I wanna get in the ring with him first," would you take that?
Absolutely. What?
You'll take
Yes.
that conceded
I
battle
would
if he.
take that. I
Okay.
would take that battle, and he'd want to take another warm up after,
Wow.
because conceded is not, especially you. This environment, what is he gonna do? What is he gonna do? Nobody's reacting to him. He's not gonna look at the camera and say, "Slow it down." That's not gonna work. You got to rap in this environment, bro. You can't do all that. Like, and look, I'm not taking away from Conceded's legendary status. He's one of them ones, all right, and he was one of them ones. But the problem is the way that he punched. People caught up to that. It's kind of like what I was saying to Magic. People caught up to the way that he punches
Mm-hmm.
and started elevating it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a double entendre used to be a big deal. Now your most basic level battle rapper got double entendres. You know what I mean? Like, so he needs more than a tune-up battle, man. He needs to come to events. He needs to know who these battle rappers are. He needs to watch the rookie class, the newer era. Like, he needs to watch these events. He needs to show up, be in the building and watch these events so he could take mental notes of little things, the echo, the fucking if somebody said something and nobody reacted, and then still going straight through and rapping, like the fluidity of the way that you're rapping. He needs to take mental notes. I don't think a tune-up is gonna do that. If you get bodied by a newcomer, you put Conceited in there with me, Fonz, Kid Chaos, Jay, Easy. He's not get coming out the other side alive, bro. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Like,
That's a big sick. That's a big statement right there, man. That's a really big
come
statement.
on, come on.
No. I
In
hear you,
this
but
room, listen.
that's
In
con though,
this
man.
room, in this room, if I battle Conceited, right,
Mm-hmm.
and he has a whole bunch of amazing, sick double entendre real flips, and I talk to him about himself, and I start breaking him down, my shit is gonna resonate more. It's
Yeah.
gonna last longer than a random. What are you really saying with a punchline? Like, I saw Sneezy say this on your show. He said that he thinks I don't like punchlines. I never said that. I love punchlines. But my only point in like what I talk about is there has to be a point to the punchline, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like when I battled Magic and I said or Chilla, the royalties off your writtens. That's a punchline, right? It might not have like it as it's a double entendre, right? How
Yeah.
you a kingpin and you don't make royalties off your writtens. If I just took the word kingpin and made it a gun bar, I didn't say shit. But the fact that I tied that whole thing into it and then said it, that makes the punchline more effective, right? So it's not that I don't like punchlines. It's just that when you just got name flips and random punchlines, there's no value in the punch. Versus if I could take Conceited's name and turn it or make a punchline about Conceited, but tie it into something real
Yeah.
about him. You know what I mean? That's gonna last longer. It's gonna stand the test of time. Him versus Surf does not look like a close battle anymore. When it first came
age
out, when
age
it
badly.
first came out, bro, when that battle first came out, that was the most debatable, classic battle at that time. I remember watching it like, yo, that shit was crazy. You watch it back, it's not even close, bro. It's not even
Yeah.
close.
Yeah. That battle
So
aged badly.
his material, I don't think his material, even him versus Magic, he spazzed. His slow it down was fire, but there's a lot of that material that didn't age well. You know what I mean? And when you put him against battle rappers who know how this environment works, you know what I mean? It's gonna be tough for him. So my advice to him, to sum it up, my advice to him wouldn't just be look at a tune-up battle. It would be go to the events. Go in the room. I'm pretty sure Smack will let you in. Go in the room.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Take mental notes of the environment. It's not the same thing, bro.
Wow. Man, I kind of want to see it now. Like, I want to. Yeah, you gonna make? Oh boy, I'm telling you, man. I almost want to clip this and send it to Con, man. Somebody get this to Con conceded. But yeah, no,
Shout out to Khan, man.
yeah, no, definitely shout out to him. Hopefully he does return, and hopefully he does well.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he does well, that's more competition for everybody.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
yeah, somebody asks Pocket Tap asks, would Sikh team up with someone for a double impact? If so, who?
That might be happening, so I can't say too much.
Oh shit!
But
Oh
but
shit!
yeah, I'll say this: it has been suggested though. The, what it is, I've seen a lot of people say, "Yo, if these two teamed up, it would have been crazy." You know what I mean?
Mm.
But I mean, all right, this is what I'll do. I'll name all the 2-on-2s I've seen people say they want me to battle. All right. People have said me and Jay should team up. People said me and B Dot should team up. People said me and Mike P should team up. People said me and Kid Chaos should team up. I saw a lot of people say me and Chilla should be a team. Like, so yeah, it the double impact shit might be happening sooner than y'all think. That's what I'll
Mm.
say. Yeah.
Hey, we leave it at that. Damn, I didn't. I'll take that, Jim. I don't even want to ask who. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to. I just want to be shocked like everybody else when a trailer or
Yeah.
something drop. My brother, man, it's been long
I,
overdue.
I'll message. I'll message you. I'll let you know.
Yeah, hey, I appreciate that. But yeah, it's been long overdue, man. People been asking to have you on here for a long time. So salute to the chat, asking all the great
Yeah, man.
questions.
Yo,
And
anytime, man. And I promise I won't be late next time.
you didn't
Like
even have to
that's
bring
my
that up.
bad.
You're not late.
All
You on time, dog. You good, man.
right,
It's all
I
money.
got you, bro.
But yeah, no,
Yeah,
this has been real sick. Again,
yeah,
Culture for tomorrow. iBattletv. Support iBattletv. Get the app if you don't have the app. It's a dope ass
yeah.
app. And yeah, man.
Amazing app.
Shout out to
Yeah.
Lex, man.
Shout out to Lex. Shout out to iBattle.
For sure.
That shirt you guys always see me wearing, it's not the same shirt. It's called merch. All right. You gotta show that Chilla tried to get one up on me for that. That merch will be available very soon. We got a lot of the site is almost done. All right. We're gonna have hoodies, we're gonna have shirts, we're gonna have masks, we're gonna have a lot of that shit. So the merch is almost out here. You see the studio in the back a little bit. I can't show the whole studio, but the music is coming too. Jay Black was playing some of my music at the
I
beginning
heard it.
of some of the champion episodes. Yeah, I got
Heard that.
a project out on all streaming platforms. But that was like 3 years ago. So all the new shit is gonna be crazy. I'm pretty much booked every month in the near future. This iBattle one, I'm gonna be on URL again very soon. And yeah, stay tuned, man. Thank you for the platform. I appreciate it.
You already know, man.
I'm always tuned in, man.
Yeah, man. The fact you even said I was listening to the Sneezy interview, I was like, oh, he heard that? I didn't even know
Yeah,
he.
I'm tuned in, bro.
I
I'm
ain't even.
tuned in. You fucked with me early. So like I remember that. I don't forget that. So like you Black Compass Media, you know what I mean? There's a couple of y'all that had tuned in early. And I don't forget that. So
I appreciate that. And these guys gotta stop fighting over who's first. It's not that serious. Like it was
yeah.
yo, I was the first one. Like maybe
I
I was
appreciate
probably
that
third.
that list y'all made that had me on it. The most recent list. What was it? The most the newest list. I think me, Loso, Vixen. Who else was on that list? You remember?
Oh, you talking about the new top tier list?
New top. Yeah,
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 yeah, with
yeah. I
Vixen, you,
appreciate that.
yeah, Loso, Vixen, Jay, who Nico threw somebody else in there too, Lou, and a couple others. Yeah, yeah, it's fun,
Yeah,
man. It's fun talking
appreciate that, man.
battle shit, man. No doubt, man. Hey,
Yeah,
thank you so much for your time, bro. I know you got a lot going on, man.
of
So
course.
want to thank you, and to the chat, thank you for coming through.
Salute to the chat.
Absolutely.